Here's a simple technique that comes directly out of a question I received, and that question was, is it possible to wrap text around an object in Photoshop? And the answer is, well, kind of, sorta. Depends a little bit on the object, but if you can draw a path around it, then you can do it. Because the way the text tool works in Photoshop is when you click, of course, just to add text, you get this single insertion and you start typing, and it's all very nice. However, you can also put text inside an object. So for example, if I were to take the rectangle tool and make sure I'm set on paths, and I'm just going to click and drag the basic shape that I want. Now if I return to my type tool and click inside here, see how the cursor looks a little different? Now it would start typing and use this as kind of like my text box. So the way I can make it in effect wrap around is to play with this a little further. I'm going to switch to my ellipse tool. Make sure up in the options bar here that it's set to subtract from path. I could also do this by holding down Option on the Mac or Alt for Windows. And now as I click and drag, I'm not going to let go, so I can use the space bar and kind of position this accordingly. Make sure it's kind of the spacing that I want. When I let go, now only this area is active. So now if I take my type tool and click anywhere inside, you'll see that this is now my shape. So for example, let's pick a different size and a different font. Now instead of typing, I'm just going to paste because I have some text I already did, and you'll see if I move this out of the way how nicely it's followed around this object because I've created what amounts to a text wrap. And this is still live, so if I needed to change it, you see how it will continue to wrap around. But it can be as simple as that. Now obviously it will depend a little bit on the object. At a certain point, by the way, once you're finished, you'd want to go to your paths palette and hide that to see the finished result. But just by creating that custom shape, as if you will, then it's very easy to make your text in effect wrap around an object.